staring brightly into the future. Hey guys, so this is a brief astrological video in which I try to clarify for you the concept of the double whammy in astrology. This is a term that was actually borrowed from some of my favorite astrologers back in the days when astrology articles were very few and far in between, and I was scraping after every bit of information that I could find regarding astrology. So my favorite astrologers, guys, as you know, are Susan Miller, Mystic Medusa, and my all-time favorite, the Astro Twins. They taught me this concept of the double whammy and what it refers to. Compatibility between people is not easily determined based only by looking at a person's sun sign. Normally, you would think that if you are part of a member of the same water, fire, earth, or air trine, you would be highly compatible with members of the same trine. So let's say, for example, if you are a Pisces Sun, like myself, ayo, then you would be highly compatible with a Cancer Sun or with a Scorpio Sun. But this isn't actually how things work out in practice. The sun shows your identity. It shows your goals in life. It shows what you attract towards you without effort, where you shine at, where you naturally emanate light. It is about what you want to achieve in life. What is your calling? What are you good at naturally? So, if you are a member of the water trine, let's just use that as an example, but you can extrapolate it to all of the other trines. So let's say as a Pisces Sun, you would have similar goals in this lifetime as a Cancer and a Scorpio Sun. You will be attracted to the world of emotions. You would empathize easily with people. You would be spiritual. You would want to go for protection, for creating intimacy, for understanding subtle emotional currents between people. You would rely more on your intuition than your logic when you make decisions. You would be drawn towards creating yummy romantic intimacy in lifetime. You would prioritize your family and your feelings above other aspects in your life. So that is what brings you in common with other members of the same trine of which you belong. But that does not guarantee compatibility, attraction, sexual sparks, and love. What guarantees those things are the position of your Venus and Mars in your chart. Why? Well, it's because Venus governs over how we love and whom we love. Where you have your Venus is showing you the type of astrological sign that you will be ridiculously attracted to. So let's say you have a Venus in Sagittarius, you're gonna love Sagittarius energy, whether that is a Sagittarius Sun, a Sagittarius Ascendant, Jupiter, Mars, or Venus. You will just vibe so strongly with that kind of an energy because the way you love and what you like instinctively, that person will have it, whether it is in the way they express their emotions, their moon in Sagittarius, whether it is in the way they pursue their life goals and how they radiate light, their sun in Sagittarius, or whether it is how they look, wild and freedom-loving, filled with spiritual symbols and a happy, optimistic, can-do attitude, ascendant in Sagittarius. But the most sexy combination is when a person has a Mars in Sagittarius, following the example with when you have Venus in Sagittarius. So when a person's Mars in Sagittarius touches in a very tight 5-degree conjunction with your Venus in Sagittarius, that is almost like a fatal attraction kind of ideal. It's also incredibly potent if Pluto is in the mix. So let's say you have Venus conjunct Pluto, and that is making a tight conjunction to your love interests, Mars, or the opposite, Mars conjunct Pluto, and that is making a tight conjunction to your person's Venus. Why is this so important? Well, it's because the way you love is how that person is acting. And that is why it's so sexy. You love to travel, you love to explore as a Venus in Sagittarius. And a Mars in Sagittarius is giving you exactly those things. It's not about talking, it's not Mercury, it's not about expressing their identity, it's not the Sun, it's about action. Mars in Sagittarius. That Mars in Sagittarius is going to give you that freedom that you love, that exploration that you love, that excitement that you love. You are energetically bound to love how this person is acting, and that's why it's so sexy. Because in the bed sheets, the way in which this person will act on your body is going to make you feel happy. It's going to make you feel love. Now, that is one whammy. And it's not applicable to whether you have a Venus conjunct Sun or a Venus conjunct Moon. That's a completely whole other story. I'm going to make a specific video on one of the most incredible compatibility signs ever, which is Moon conjunct Moon or Moon conjunct Jupiter in a person's chart. That's a completely different video. Right now we're focusing on Venus and Mars. We're focusing on attraction, okay, and deep sexual and romantic compatibility. The person that has the Venus in a chart is the person that will be the passive, receptive, feminine counterpart, while the person that has the Mars is the person that will be in their divine masculine energy, the one that chases, the one that offers, the one that pleases. Sometimes you might find couples where the man is the one that is receiving and the woman is the one that is pursuing that person. It's because of this whammy effect. So let's say you have a partner that has a Venus in Taurus and you have your Mars in Taurus. Well, guess who's going to be doing the chasing in that relationship? The Venus and Taurus recipient, be they male or female, are just going to receive from you. And you, as the holder of your Mars and Taurus, are going to be the one that will give to that person. And you will feel the compulsion to give and to act on behalf of that person. I was in a relationship with a Sun in Taurus who had Venus conjunct their Sun and also their Mars conjunct their Sun. I have my Mars in Taurus. In that relationship, I felt like I was the guy chasing him because of the fact that we had just one whammy link between the two of us. And here is the part that you're all waiting for. What happens when your Venus and Mars click into place in a tight conjunction on both sides? For example, one of you has Venus in Aquarius and the other one has Mars in Aquarius. But not only that, you also have Mars in Gemini and your partner has Venus in Gemini. Do you understand how this works? So Venus in Aqua, Mars in Aqua. Mars in Gemini, Venus in Gemini. Link, link, double whammy. Incredible attraction. The way in which you love, that person gives you exactly what you love, and vice versa. So it's reciprocal. The way in which you act, you give that person what they love. It is such a powerful attraction. And again, this doesn't apply to whether you have a Venus Sun conjunction or a Venus Moon or a Mars Moon, Mars Sun. Those are completely different aspects because they deal with our identity, our conscious and unconscious self, and it can get a little bit murky depending on what aspects the Moon and the Sun create. No, I'm only talking here about pure romantic, lustful, sexual attraction, and I'm only talking here about the whammy situation or the double whammy situation that are applicable in the situation where your Venus and that person's Mars, or your Mars and that person's Venus, touch upon each other. The energetic links between the two of you are either that thread that connects the Venus and the Mars, or similar to the Scottish flag, right? It's just that X that is created between the two of you. And I'm kind of thinking right now of the XX as a band. I don't know, my brain works in really funny associative ways. I really hope you've enjoyed this short clip. I hope it was entertaining enough for you and you learned something new. I'm sending you so much love. Bye, my sexy muffins.